Good evening and welcome to California Today. I'm David Lam. Here's a preview of some of today's stories. The Los Angeles Police Department announced that firearms were in the list of stolen goods from recently robbed trains. One expert says consumers are the ones who are hurt the most. People attending the upcoming Super Bowl in Los Angeles will need to wear KN95 masks. This is after California continues to require masks for indoor public settings. But most of the free masks and testing kits are made in China. Shipping delays in Southern California are still much higher than usual, according to a recent report. Containers are sitting idle on the shore, and the wait line is almost 100 ships long. After Southern California train robberies came to light this month, the Los Angeles Police Department chief confirmed that weapons were among the stolen goods. Along with the danger stolen weapons bring, an expert said this will also cause further disruptions to the supply chain.
LAPD Chief Michael Moore confirmed in an online meeting on January 25th that thieves stole a number of firearms from cargo containers during a train robbery.
Our attention was first drawn to these instances of thefts by what we later determined through an arrest of an individual in possession of a firearm, that people were looting or breaking these containers and stealing firearms, tens of firearms.
The train was in the Lincoln Heights neighborhood when thieves struck. An LAPD spokesperson said that they estimated 82 guns had been stolen. So far, only 2 have been recovered.
That gave us a significant concern as a source of further violence in the city, as people were capitalizing on the transport of these containers with having little or no policing or security services there.
As of January 26th, various agencies have arrested 122 individuals related to cargo theft. The vice president of CargoNet, an industry organization dedicated to preventing cargo theft, said many containers are poorly secured. Keith Lewis told the Epoch Times that railroad cars, containers, and trailers are often only sealed with a piece of plastic or metal. The containers often do not have any other security devices. His company observed that California is the most targeted state for this form of theft. 250 cases were recorded in 2021. The top 5 targeted cities are all in Southern California. Los Angeles comes in second for most thefts. Lewis said that the cost of stealing products, including high-end electronics, falls on the consumers. He described it as the cost below the iceberg, as it's the cost that can't be seen. He said, with any disruption in the supply chain, there's a cost to the end consumer.
Several major pharmaceutical companies are set up to give part of a $26 billion settlement to certain California cities and counties. The Attorney General announced that the payment is due to the companies fueling the widespread opioid epidemic in the state.
Big Pharma is set to pay out for its involvement in the opioid epidemic. The announcement of the settlement comes after years of investigation from multiple states across the United States.
Once finalized, this settlement with the nation's 3 largest pharmaceutical distributors, Cardinal, McKesson, and AmerisourceBergen, and Johnson & Johnson, a manufacturer, will help bring desperately needed relief to people in California and across the country who are struggling with opioid addiction.
The payout comes after state attorneys investigated whether the 3 distribution companies failed to refuse suspicious opioid shipment requests from certain pharmacies. The investigation also focused on whether Johnson & Johnson misled patients and doctors about the addictive nature of opioids. Opioids are powerful pain relievers which include drugs such as morphine, heroin, and fentanyl. 400 California cities and counties have signed onto the settlement, accounting for over 90% of eligible areas. Attorney General Rob Bonta said the state is expected to receive $2 billion as its share of the settlement. Bonta joined attorney generals from 13 other states in the case.
This epidemic has torn families apart. It has overwhelmed local health systems. It has mangled city and county budgets.
Once finalized, nearly 4,000 lawsuits across the United States will come to a close. The companies have until February 25th to decide if they will proceed with the deal. The 3 distributors would begin to pay in April, while Johnson & Johnson would pay in July. Under the settlement, the distributors will pay up to $21 billion over 18 years. Johnson & Johnson will pay $5 billion over 9 years. State and local government participation will determine the exact payment amount.
A second recall effort against Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon is officially underway. The county approved a petition January 27th.
Recall organizers have until July 6 to gather and submit about 570,000 valid signatures to get the measure on the November ballot. In a statement, the co-chairs of the Recall DA George Gascon campaign said they are sick and tired of the pro-criminal paradise he has created. Proponents say Gascon's crime-friendly policies disregards existing laws and weakens sentencing for violent criminals. They want residents to join the effort to restore public safety. We all deserve to live without fear of criminals running amok and to have a district attorney who actually does his job. Over 30 cities in LA County support the bipartisan recall effort, which have passed votes of no confidence against the district attorney. Recently, Beverly Hills officially endorsed the recall campaign on January 4th.
The state continues to require people to wear masks at places like schools, government buildings, and the upcoming Super Bowl. However, many government-issued masks and testing are made in China. NTD's Eileen Ng has more details.
The Los Angeles County Public Health Director said fans going to the Super Bowl on February 13th must wear KN95 masks while at the SoFi Stadium, unless they are eating or drinking. The masks, which are made in China, will be distributed along with the usual COVID protocols.
We have hundreds of thousands of people coming to LA every single day from all across the world to enjoy everything that LA has to offer. But we also expect when people come here, and this will hold true for the Super Bowl fans and our guests who come to enjoy LA during Super Bowl week, they need to follow the public health safety requirements when they're here.
In addition, the NFL and county health officials said they would host a vaccination clinic and provide free tests at the Los Angeles Convention Center in the run-up to the game. This comes after the California Department of Public Health extended the masking requirement for all indoor public settings until February 15th. Specifically, surgical masks or higher-level respirators like N95, KN95, and KF94. Students are also required to wear surgical masks in school. Earlier this month, the governor's office announced that the at-home test kits, many of which are also made in China, have arrived to be sent to county offices of education. In April 2020, Governor Gavin Newsom spent $1 billion of taxpayer funds to buy 200 million masks a month from the Chinese company BYD. The company is known for making electric vehicles, but switched to making personal protective equipment. According to its website, BYD is FDA approved. When made in China KN95 masks were distributed to Congress, a Florida congressman questioned whether or not Speaker Pelosi knew Florida is making 2 million N95 masks a day, employing 350 Americans. Eileen Ng, NTD News, California.
Schools up and down California have been facing lawsuits challenging their vaccine mandates for students. The Piedmont Unified School District withdrew its COVID-19 vaccine mandate for students after a judge granted an expedited hearing for a lawsuit against the mandates. Attorneys for Children's Health Defense California chapter and Protection for the Educational Rights of Kids recently filed a lawsuit against Piedmont Unified School District over its COVID-19 vaccine mandate for students aged 5 and older. Unvaccinated students would have been denied in-person instruction. The lawsuit alleged the mandates were illegal and equated to discrimination based on their vaccination status for COVID-19, also known as the CCP virus. On January 12th, Judge Brad Seligman of the Alameda County Superior Court ordered an expedited hearing on the lawsuit. In response, the Piedmont School District Board voted on Thursday to approve a revision of the COVID-19 vaccination requirement, now allowing students to attend classes in person regardless of vaccination status. These follow a similar lawsuit filed against the San Diego Unified School District. Last month, a judge struck down the school district's mandates, ruling that they contradict state law. Apple has released a new personal safety user guide. This comes after growing concerns about the safety of the company's Airtag devices. Airtags are small button-shaped devices designed to help you locate lost items, but they're reportedly also being used to track people. The guide offers advice to people who are concerned about stalking or harassment. The Airtag section tells people what to do if they get a notification that an Airtag is near them or find one that doesn't belong to them. One woman recently told the BBC that she found an Airtag that doesn't belong to her taped to the inside of her bag. Coming up, a college freshman has been creating Twitter bots that track the whereabouts of high-profile planes, including Elon Musk's private jet. Now the Tesla CEO is offering the student $5,000 to take down the account. That and more here on NTD News. Orange County authorities warned the public on Thursday about a car theft ring that targets victims through Facebook ads. Investigators suspect the thieves are targeting the Latino community because they may be less inclined to report the crimes. Authorities say the thieves posted Spanish-language ads on Facebook Marketplace and other social media platforms, seemingly looking to hire people to transport money. When the victims drive the money to a location, the thieves reportedly say they need to borrow the car to pick up more money to be transported, but never return the vehicle. There have been about 50 cases in Orange County since July 2021. According to Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer, some victims may be afraid to call police due to fear of immigration issues. But Spitzer said victims should not need to worry about that. Orange County Sheriff Don Barnes said some victims may be going through tough times and believe they can get help through a get-rich-quick scheme. Local law enforcement agencies encourage people to report these crimes, even if anonymously, to help authorities identify and arrest individuals responsible for the car thefts. California was hit by another style of smash-and-grab robbery recently. This time, thieves used an SUV to break into the store. NTD's Jason Blair has the latest.
One of the latest cases of a smash-and-grab robbery happened in Escondido, California on Wednesday. Surveillance footage shows a SUV smashing into the front of a jewelry store, then driving inside out of sight. Seconds later, the vehicle backs out and drives forward again several times before finally reversing into the parking lot and stopping. Then two men get out and run inside the store. Surveillance photos released by authorities show the two men inside the store. They both have masks on to conceal their identities. Lieutenant Barrett with the Escondido Police Department stated that one of the suspects was using an axe to break into display cases and steal jewelry and cash. Barrett said the vehicle involved was a white Volkswagen SUV that police believe was stolen 2 days before the incident. The Escondido Police Department says the investigation is ongoing and are asking the public to report any tips or information they might have. Jason Blair, NTD News, California.
A new report says goods have sat on the ground at the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach for over a week at a time. The new report says the December delays were at an all-time high.
According to the Pacific Merchant Shipping Association, cargo containers sat at the Southern California ports for an average of 8 days. The report, published on Thursday, says the containers are unloaded, then sit idle at the twin ports. The December delay time is about half a day faster than the wait times in November. Jessica Alvarenga, the manager of the Shipping Association, wrote in a press release that while container dwell time did not worsen in the month of December, it was still high. She added that before the pandemic, the average wait time for containers to leave on trucks was 3 days. She cited transportation disruption and warehouse availability as the cause for delays. While the containers idle on the shores, ships wait in lines off the coast. The Marine Exchange of Southern California tracks cargo ships traveling to the port. The director, Kip Laudet, told the Epoch Times that they observed 7 ships anchored within sight of Los Angeles on January 26th. Another 92 ships were queued up 50 miles from the coast of California and Mexico. Ships wait on average 13 days to dock, according to the Port of Los Angeles. More than 11,000 containers have waited 9 or more days at the port as of January 27th.
Shares of stock trading app Robinhood have tanked since the company's IPO last year, down 67 before today. And it looked like more of the same today before the stock rallied and finished 6% higher. Its share price fell over 14% earlier in the day after posting a quarterly loss Thursday evening. Like many tech startups, Robinhood has yet to turn a profit following its IPO. Its monthly active users have also declined from the previous quarter, as retail investors pulled back from the market. It was at the center of the meme stock mania, and now it seems the mania has cooled off. A tech-savvy college freshman is in the spotlight after he was offered money to close down a Twitter account. Elon Musk asked the student to take down an online program that actively tracked the billionaire's plane, as the tech CEO has safety concerns. I spoke with the student to learn more. Each year, the Federal Aviation Administration handles over 16 million flights, and airplane flight data is available to the public. Tesla CEO Elon Musk messaged 19-year-old Jack Sweeney to shut down one of the student's Twitter accounts.
He said it was a security concern and he wanted to take it down. And then we talked about how it works and like what he should do. And then he offered me the $5,000, and then I, asked for other stuff.
Sweeney told NTD he's a fan of Musk and aviation. He built a flight tracking Twitter bot called Elon Jet that tweets where Musk's jet takes off and land.
I mean, yeah, there's some part of it, but I don't think it's that big, really. I mean, he has a whole security team and they're advanced and, they tell people to back away. It's not like there's a huge crowd that I've seen. Well, it started in June 2020 during the pandemic, so there's a lot of free time. And it wasn't that great at the beginning, but, I just started adding more features as I figured stuff out.
In November 2021, Musk and Sweeney exchanged messages, with Sweeney counter-offering with a Tesla or $50,000 to take down the account. He says he only made $20 a month on the account. Musk said he's thinking about it. So Sweeney says he's willing to help Musk make it harder to track the tech guru.
And so I asked him if he wanted to talk about it over a call, and then he said, I don't think it's right to pay to take this down.
Sweeney is also tracking many other planes, including those of Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Air Force One and Two. The college freshman, who studies information technology in Florida, says he coded the bots using public flight data from ADSB Exchange. ADSB Exchange is an online source of unfiltered flight data. They track over 10,000 aircrafts. Dan Streufert, the founder, told NTD that Sweeney just unpacked the data and didn't charge for it, but other organizations would sell the data for 6 to 7 figures to private companies and government agencies. Streufert said that with his team, we have successfully tracked warlords accused of war crimes and provided information to search and rescue organizations and more. As of Friday, the Elon Jet account has over 130,000 followers. Sweeney said in the future he may have subscription-based access for certain planes or make a live website. David Lamb, NTD News, California. It takes time for anyone to adapt to a new living environment. San Diego-based conservationists are working to reintroduce burrowing owls into their natural habitat. They're using, of all things, fake feces to make the feathered friends feel at home.
The burrowing owls make their homes in California grasslands like in Silicon Valley and Southern California, according to the Associated Press. Biologists have tried reintroducing the birds to the habitats, but the owls have a hard time accepting it. The solution, it turns out, was fake owl poop. That's because burrowing owls are extroverts, something very uncommon in the unsociable world of raptors. Colleen Wazinski, a conservation biologist at the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, told AP that they like to be in a neighborhood to live near other owls. The science team laid fake poop, which was just white paint, in the area. They also played recorded sounds of burrowing owls to create that homey feel. Without the setup, many reintroduced owls fail to take to the environment. The team moved 47 owls to their natural but slightly modified habitats between 2017 and 2018. In one site in southwestern San Diego County, they counted about 50 owl chicks in 2020.
Now to NTD's Thomas Christian for an update on sports.
I'm Thomas Christian, taking you through the California Today Sports Roundup.
This is incredible, literally living a dream right now, so.
Brandon Frazier shared his thoughts on the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing as the U.S. Olympic team departed Thursday morning. A Delta Airlines charter flight carried about 200 athletes, coaches, and trainers for the games, which are scheduled to start next week. Departing Olympians expressed joy that their months of preparation and COVID-19 isolation were finally being rewarded.
Fully ready for the Olympics to happen this year, and yeah, we're really excited to go and do this.
Athletes headed to the Olympics are facing COVID-19 testing hurdles with China's stringent lockdown regulations. The restrictions have led to the U.S. Embassy in China requesting that the State Department allow staff to leave over the restrictions. Additionally, the United States and its allies have imposed a diplomatic boycott on the Games, not sending political dignitaries to the event. The boycott is in protest over China's detention of more than 1 million Uyghur Muslims in the northwestern region of Xinjiang, along with human rights violations throughout the country. The boycott does not prevent U.S. athletes from taking part in the Games, which will begin on February 4th. The 49ers head to SoFi Stadium in sunny Los Angeles to face the Rams in the NFC Championship game. Winner will come back to SoFi in 2 weeks for the Super Bowl. For the Rams, Ernest Jones, Van Jefferson, Taylor Rapp, and Andrew Whitworth all seem scheduled to make a recovery from their own injuries for the game this Sunday. The 49ers, on the other hand, may be scrambling to find a running back, as both active duty backs Jeff Wilson Jr. and Elijah Mitchell are listed on the injury report and have been limited at practice this week. Safety Tavon Wilson will also be out for the rest of the season with an apparent foot injury, and it is unclear whether veteran O-lineman Trent Williams will recover from a sprained ankle he sustained last week in time for the matchup. The Rams look poised to be the second team ever to play a Super Bowl game in their home stadium. Last year, it was done for the first time by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who helped quarterback Tom Brady win his 7th Super Bowl. While they won't be remembered as the first team to do it, they can still make back-to-back appearances for the home team. Standing in the Rams' way of history, a 49ers team that has already beaten them twice this season. 3rd time's a charm. As always, I'm Thomas Christian, and thanks for tuning in.
And that's all for tonight. You can join us again on California Today every weekday at 8 p.m. If you have any news tips or ideas for our show, feel free to let us know. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook. I'm David Lamb. Have a wonderful evening.